everyone, my name is Tiwari. Welcome to this yoga flow for back pain. So take your time and come into a comfortable seat and bring your hands into Anjali Mudra, your prayer position at the center of the chest. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the nose. Deep breath in, exhale through the mouth. Good. Just soften down, just allow everything to slow down before we get started into bringing some movement into the body. Relax your hands away from your chest and turn the palms to face up towards the sky. And then start to make your way all the way down to lying flat on your back and bring the heels close in towards your glutes. Make sure the lower spine is pressing onto the ground. And one by one, we're going to bring one knee into the chest, squeeze the knee in using your hands, and then change. Other knee, squeeze it in, drop it down. Knee comes in, interlocking the fingers underneath the knee, bringing it in, dropping it down, and keep going like this. So a few rounds like this just to really see how our legs are feeling, because often with lower back pain, it could be there because of some tightness in your legs. So if you've got tight hamstrings and tight hip flexors, that could actually then lead on to giving you lower back pain or any back pain. So loosening up the legs is a key place for us to start. Good, keep going like this. Maybe closing the eyes if you feel comfortable and you know what you're doing now. Good, and then drop the feet back down and widen the feet so they're about the same distance as your yoga mat if you've got one. And then drop the knees in till the knees come to touch at the top. Make sure the lower spine is imprinted onto the ground so you're not lifting it up. Start to separate your knees away from each other, bringing the feet a little bit closer together. And then from here, we are going to start rolling the legs onto one side and then over to the other. So getting a nice stretch and twist through your hips. And take your time here, there's really no rush. See if you can slow it down even more, especially at the points where you feel you want to speed it up. Just try to slow it down. And the hands can just be relaxed and out to the side. Trying to synchronize your breath, so inhaling as you come back to center, exhaling as you make your way over to one side. Just so we're connecting our breath with our movement. The word yoga means unity, so we want to try and unite everything in our body. Good, keep going. Notice any parts that feel tight and notice any parts that feel loose. And then the next one that you do, come back to center. So your feet come closer towards your glutes and then start to come into Setu Bandhasan, your bridge pose, by pushing the hips up towards the sky. Maybe if you feel comfortable there, interlocking the fingers underneath and pressing the fingers into the ground and pushing your hips even further up towards the sky. And then when you're ready, you can slowly lower down. Good. We're going to do a few more of those. So bring the hips up. I want you to focus on not just squeezing the glute, but also pressing the feet into the ground, pressing the big toes into the ground, and lowering down whenever you feel ready. Good. Push hips up towards sky. Imagine like there's a fire underneath your bum that you really don't want to sit on, and you're pushing the hips further away. And then when you lower back down, don't worry, the fire's gone. Lower yourself all the way back down. Good. Last one. Up you come. This time we will interlock the fingers underneath. We're going to see if we can tuck the shoulders under as well, so you're getting a little bit higher up. And then start to relax all the way back down towards the earth. Good. Extending the left leg down towards the top of the mat, squeezing the right knee in towards the chest, then coming into a spinal twist. So grabbing hold of that leg, bringing the knee over to one side across the body and turning our head to face in the opposite direction. Getting a nice stretch and twist through the body. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good, just soften down here. Just relax into it, melt into it. And then inhale. Bring the head back to the center, bring the knee back in towards the chest. Bring both knees in, squeeze both knees in, and then we start to elongate the right leg all the way down to the top of the mat. And bring the left leg over to the opposite side. Cross the body. If you're not feeling anything, bring the knee a little bit closer up towards the chest. If you're feeling you've gone too far, lower the knee further away from the chest. And just relax the hands either side of the body. Again, deep breath in here. And deep breath out. Good. Inhale. Turn the head to face up towards the sky. Draw the knees both in towards the chest. Squeeze them in and then bring the hands underneath the crease of the knee and start rolling and rocking the body up and down, getting a nice massage through the whole length of your spine. Try and do at least 3 rolls until you come up to a comfortable seated position. And then from here we start to elongate both of our legs to the top of the mat. And then we bring the right knee in and we bring the right foot over. And we come into Marichasana C, which is our seated twist pose, twisting over to the right, gazing behind the right shoulder. Then inhaling, we turn to the front and we change sides, so just come to the other side here. Left knee in, foot over, give that leg a hug and twist. So for this one, you're turning and trying to get as far behind your left shoulder as possible, creating an opening through the chest, lifting the heart through. And then slowly inhale, turn the head to face back towards the front. And then from here, we're crossing our legs. And we bring the hands on top of the knees. We take an inhale and we pull the chest through, lift the chin up towards the sky. As we exhale, we dome the upper back, elbows out to the side, gaze to the navel. Good. Synchronize the breath. Inhale to come up and exhale to round off. So you're trying to create an arch through the back here. Inhale up, open, heart lifts through. Exhale, round and curve. This is so good for posture. Inhale, open. Exhale to curve. And then breathe in and come back to your central position, coming into a side stretch. Right hand comes down, left arm comes up and over. Keep the legs exactly where they are. Inhale, come back to center. Other side. Left hand down, right arm up and over. Nice stretch through the side of the torso. And then slowly make your way back to center. Good. Bring the hands down to the ground and come onto all fours. So with all fours, we just want to make sure that we have our hands directly under our shoulders and we have our knees underneath our hips. And I want you to start taking free movement through the body. So really move however you want to. You can bring the movement into your hips. You can take some circles. You can be a little bit more dynamic with it and maybe bring the body all the way to the front, making like figure of 8 positions. You can bring the weight all the way back in towards your heels. So really a time to imagine like you're a wave and bring some fluidity into the movement. Any movement that feels good for you. And if you don't know what that is, that's okay. Just play around with it. Move your body in a particular way and see what feels good for you today, because it can be different as we move through the days, as we move through the seasons. And then start to come into your cat-cow. So very similar to what we just did, cross-legged. So exhale to dome the back and inhale to drop the belly, pull the shoulders back, gaze through. A few rounds of that. And then start to slow it down and make your way to lying flat on your belly. And we're going to place the forearms to the ground to come into our sphinx pose. So we want to keep the legs exactly where they are, nice and strong legs. So we don't want them to be floppy. We want them to be active. And we press into the hands. We draw the shoulders back and we kind of imagine like we're pressing and pulling the chest through. And then you can slowly lower your head down. So it looks like you're not really doing much, but it does feel quite strong when you're in it. Good. And then slowly come back to child's pose, balasana. Knees apart, feet together, stretching the arms straight ahead of you, resting here. Slow down your breath in this posture. Long, slow, deep breaths. Good. Inhale, make your way all the way back up, and we're going to come to lie flat on our backs. Take your time. And when you get there, any wriggles and shakes that you need to take, you're more than welcome to. If you'd like to place your hands on your lower belly so you can connect in with taking this deep belly breath, this diaphragmatic breath, feeling the breath expand into the belly, you're welcome to do so. Otherwise, hands can be out to the side, palms can be up to the ceiling. Just stay here for a few moments of stillness, allowing everything to return back to base. So I'm going to leave you for the next few minutes or so just to properly sink into this posture. And I know sometimes it can be a little bit challenging to come into complete stillness, but it's so good for us to just have this time to be completely still and be at one with whatever is coming up in your head, and try to always be coming from a place of not judging yourself and knowing that you are in control of your thoughts, even though I know sometimes it really doesn't feel like we are. You really are. So stay here for some silence, and then I'm going to guide you out. We'll do a few final postures and then we'll close off the practice. But for now, just enjoy your Shavasana. Okay, start to bring some gentle movements back into your body and start to deepen your breath. Turn the head from left to right, bring the feet together at the bottom of the mat and draw the knees in towards the chest. Just squeeze your knees in and slowly roll from left to right, giving your lower spine a nice massage. Try to keep the eyes closed. And then you can either stay here, just squeeze the knees in towards your chest, or you can come into happy baby pose by bringing the knees to separate, grabbing hold of the big toes or maybe the shins, and flexing the feet up towards the sky, almost like you're trying to get the knees to come down in towards your armpits. And if you're comfortable there, you can start to take some rolls from left to right. This is a great way to get into our hips. Stretch the backs of the legs and bring some more flexibility to our feet. Good. Relax it down.